Hi, everybody. Hi, everybody. Hi, everybody, and welcome back to the Talking About the Big Stuff podcast with Michael Cole and Matthew Cravat. I am Michael Cole.
And I am Matthew Cravat.
Yeah. I don't know if you noticed. Well, you wouldn't have noticed because you're not a $10 patron. But I released. So I put. We've been talking before getting into the topics the last few weeks and kind of, shooting the shit for a little bit. Anything that I decide to leave in, I am putting before the opening credits, and that's just for $10 patrons. So, like this right now will be for $10 patrons. So
prequel.
Yeah. All right. Do you want to jump into tonight's topic?
Jump in the line. Okay, I believe you.
Okay, Beetlejuice.
Fucking Beetlejuice. Harry Belafonte.
I know who it is. Harry Belafonte.
I've been a fan of Harry Belafonte since he was on the Muppet Show in the 70s. That's where I discovered him. And I was singing his songs, and my parents like, oh, you were listening to the records? I'm like, what records? And my parents had every album. My mother was at Carnegie Hall one of the nights that he performed there. They did like 3 nights in a row, and he has an album, Harry Belafonte at Carnegie Hall. And my mother's like, I am one of the screaming women in the background of that album.
Nice. Well, Harry Belafonte might be a good transition to tonight's topic.
Because he knew nutrition well.
Well, he knew I was going to say the tally man telling their
He knew
bananas.
how good coconut water was and bananas and rum.
Yep. So tonight's topic is nutrition. I thought it was an interesting thing to talk about because it's something I've been focusing a lot on because I have some health things I'm trying to turn around. But I also, one of the big things that's going on right now is the price of groceries. So I thought it might
going down like crazy because Trump is president, and that's what he said would happen.
Yeah. But also, the nutrition discussion tends to be, for decades, it's expensive to eat better, and so that's
why we have food deserts, right? It's easy to buy the bad stuff.
Yep. And I went to the grocery store after the gym today just to get some produce and a little bit of yogurt. And I was like, Jesus Christ, it's $10 for a bag of grapes. And 4 apples was $10.
Did you get any grapefruit juice? No, you didn't, because you can't find grapefruit juice. Like, they're not on the shelves. It's because the climate change, the winters have been harsh in Florida and California, and there's just no grapefruit juice to be had.
I don't like grapefruits or grapefruit juice, so that wasn't a thing for me.
You're a racist.
I also am not drinking juice anymore. I'm drinking water, seltzer, and if I want a little flavor, I add some Mio. And that's pretty much all I'm drinking. Occasionally, if I go to a restaurant, I'll get like an Arnold Palmer. But basically, my doctor told me that I needed to reduce carbs, increase omega-3s, and and basically because I have a little bit high cholesterol in the wrong way and low. I don't have the high HDL or whatever it is. I have the high triglyceride.
Cholesterol is up, good cholesterol is down.
Yes, so I'm correcting that. And
now I'm bad with the omega fatty acid and stuff because I don't like fish.
I don't either, so I'm taking supplements for it. And it's tough because those aren't all. They're very rarely are they regulated, so you're kind of
Glaxo used to sell one that was highly purified and regulated, like as prescription strength and prescription quality.
Yeah.
And I left them, and I came back. They don't anymore, and I don't know why. Like if they just was off patent, so it wasn't profitable, or if it was not. If something went wrong in their manufacturing, like I don't know why they stopped selling it.
Yeah. I'm getting prescription vitamin D because I had
getting
low
the D by
vitamin
prescription.
Yeah. Yep.
It's like the old
doling out the D too. What?
When I was a teenager, I had such a bad acne. I had pimples everywhere. I tried every cream, every salve, every pill. Nothing worked. And then all the old ladies in my neighborhood said, "You want to get rid of your acne? You got to get stupped," which of course is the Yiddish word for screwed.
Yeah.
So I went to I didn't know that though. I'm an old Jewish woman. So I went to the pharmacy and I said, "Can I get stupped here?" He said, "Not even with a prescription."
Nice. I've heard the other one, which is I don't want vitamin D from the sun. I want vitamin D from someone's sun.
Yeah.
But
Take that
so
as a suppository or orally?
either way. So anyway, so yeah, I'm getting like I forget what the milligram is, like 5,000 milligrams once a week of vitamin D.
That'd be
I'm
5 grams.
Huh?
It would just be 5 grams. You don't get real fancy with your milligrams.
Well, I just read the label. Anyway.
Lovely. But we're talking nutrition. So you're taking pills instead of nutritioning properly.
No. For the most part, I'm doing. I've had to increase my fruits and vegetables. That was a big part of what my doctor wanted me to do. Decrease carbs. And so for decreasing carbs, obviously, I'm a pasta addict. So we're trying to have pasta like once a week at most. We've been doing high protein pasta to try to like offset, because part of it is that if you have like a high protein pasta, you fill up quicker. You're not eating as much carbs.
Mm-hmm.
So there are, that and having protein with it and having.
What did I get you for your 40th birthday?
A pasta maker.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, that's okay. We're still going to use it. We do it with filled pasta, so it's more protein heavy anyway. So anyway, so I've been doing a lot of nutritional stuff. But I was like today at the grocery store, I was like, Jesus, some of this shit's expensive. Also, something that just clicked in my head while I was, so I texted you while I was paying for my groceries. I was like, this is what we should do tonight. But then I was thinking, have you seen the new Fall Guy movie?
No. Okay. I lived through the original Fall Guy. I don't need to watch a movie.
Okay.
I paid my dues.
I was aware of the show. I've never seen the show. The movie was pretty good. The movie's free on Amazon. It was pretty good. So we
what you pay for.
We were watching it last week. And I won't. There's no big spoilers, but Ryan Gosling is in a fight with.
And I think it has absolutely zero to do with the original show, other than the name. And I think maybe because Lee Majors have a cameo or something. But it's like the original show was about a stunt man who got thrown into the middle of some mysteries or helped people. It wasn't like as big action adventure-y as the movie is.
Yeah, but it's kind of that too, though.
Yeah.
It's just it's a big screen version, and it's also, they have it's 45 years later or whatever, so they have a bigger budget and better, ability to do big explosions and shit.
I bet the theme song isn't as good.
Anyway, in the movie, Ryan Gosling is in a fist fight with somebody or something, and they're arguing while they're fighting, and he says, "Are you off carbs again? You can't go off carbs completely. You need them for your brain," because the guy's making no sense to him. He goes, "You can't cut carbs out completely." And I just was like that. I just thought like, good. I'm going to use that argument if my doctor's like, "Did you cut carbs?" And I'm like, "I cut them down. I didn't cut them out completely."
Malavi's doctor told her like cut, white carbs especially, potato, flour, rice, and she goes, "I'm a Rashtan. I can't cut rice out of my diet. I'll die." It's like everything in her culture is basmati rice. So she's eating her rice, but she cut down on it.
Yeah.
And she has has it with lentils, so she's having a high fiber.
Right. It's more about balancing than completely cutting anyway. And you do, like, that part is true. You need carbs for mental cognition and stuff.
You need it as part of life. I mean, except our U.S. diet has 10 times the carbs we need and a tenth of the fiber we need.
Yeah. So I've been eating so much fruit and vegetables for the last 3 weeks. And just so you know, I've lost 21 pounds since December. So like,
I know. I saw your ass when you came over earlier.
Thank you. Actually, I think most of it's going from the stomach because I have no ass to lose. So
well, now you don't.
It is just getting sucked into the black hole.
Yeah, it's inverted now.
Yeah.
So the thing about the original Fall Guy was Lee Majors was the star of the $6 Million Man, and he had been married to Farrah Fawcett prior to the show. They were divorced already.
Yeah.
And or maybe they were still married, but the theme song had the line, and he sang the theme song, and it had the line that said, "I don't mean to kiss and tell, but I've been seen with Farrah. I've never been out with less than a 9. So fine." But nice. So like Farrah was in there, and it's like a little in joke because he's married to her, or was. I don't remember which.
That's cool. First of all, I knew about him and Farrah Fawcett. Secondly, I knew he was the $6 million man. In The Fall Guy, there is one stunt where it goes to slow-mo for a second, and the $6 million man sound effect happens. I'm like, that's the wrong Lee Majors thing. I read George Carlin's daughter's book a few years ago. It's pretty good. I recommend it. I don't have it anymore because I gave it to somebody. But
Alex.
Yeah. Anyway, it was before I met either of you that I gave it away. So it's
stole it.
Pretty good book. But she talks about in the book about a few things she did when she was a teenager, and one of them was she had sex with Leif Garrett in Farrah and Lee Majors' shower.
Haven't we all? Man, it's weird that he lived there for so long.
Yeah, I think it's just because they were like all the teenagers would go to different houses, like the different other teenagers' houses or whatever. I don't remember how they got there.
How they're through with them in Lee Major? There was no teenager in that house.
No, I don't know if they had a kid or not.
No, but
I don't remember how. It was also celebrities.
I mean, Leif was probably just there because of his own celebrity, and she went with Dad, and they just found an empty room, and it was the shower.
Oh yeah, no, George is not involved in that in a lot of that stuff. But
I didn't think he was in the shower with them.
No. Anyway, so that's enough side tangent stuff. So
I had a high fiber side dish tonight with my very healthy meal.
Did you have beans?
I did. I had baked beans. Very New Englandy, very Massachusetts. You'd approve.
Yeah,
very high fiber with my 3 hot dogs, with sauerkraut, mustard, and onion sauce.
I'm gonna cut what I'm about to say because I want to do it. I don't want to give it away to, but it'll be in for patrons. I want a hot dog really bad. I haven't had one in a while.
It's very exciting because Joseph never likes hot dogs his whole life, and he's got some texture and taste issues, sensory issues. And the other day I bought bagel dogs from a cheap brand of them with like wieners in it, so it was like part pork, part beef, not the kind of stuff I normally buy.
That's the best kind, though.
Hot bologna dogs. So he ate it and he liked it, and I was like all excited. And then I made all beef dogs, and I cut like one bite off for him to try, and he tried it, and he goes, "I don't like it. I don't like it." And he went to get like juice to get the taste out of his mouth. And by the time he got the juice out and got a glass out, he was like, "Actually, it kind of grew on me. I'll take the rest of that hot dog." I'm like, Joseph eats hot dogs now.
Nice.
It's another thing on the menu.
My favorite of all time brand of hot dog, not style of hot dog, is, I don't know how you pronounce it, if it's KM or Kayam. It's KAY.
Like the letters KM. Even though I know it's KAYEM, but it's pronounced KM.
So they have a natural casing, not all beef. It's beef and pork, and that is, I think, the best hot dog that I've ever had. But you can't get those here. You can only get other KM brands stuff here.
Yeah, they used to sell all the varieties at like BJ's, I think, used to have them. I don't know if they do anymore. Actually, I don't remember seeing them recently. But it's funny because my favorite hot dog place, Clues County on Hot Dogs, who gets, I think it's Kohler's or Kobler or something like that. This Detroit brand that he gets, whatever it is.
Yeah.
When he used to, he had to import them himself. Like there's no distributor here. He'd like have shipments just personally sent. And if he was late on a shipment, he would go to, I guess it was BJ's, and buy KM's all beef natural casing hot dog and make those. And he's like, only the most discriminating customer would know the difference. They were so similar. They were different enough that people from Detroit would go, "Did you change hot dogs?" But like most of the customers wouldn't know they were different because it was a good brand.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're one of the brands I like. I'm not all beef. I'm an all beef guy. But KM, Hebrew National,
I don't like Hebrew National.
Sabrett's, because you can get natural casing. That's the main reason.
I like Sabrett's a little bit. So Sarah is real finicky on hot dogs. So like, and I haven't found one that are amazing. So we've tried like the Hoffman or whatever they are.
That's a buffalo for them.
Anyway, hot dogs are a great thing for us to talk about, though, on a nutrition episode, because I don't know that there is a worse individual food for your nutrition than a hot dog.
I mean, it's just beef and spices
that we know of.
I mean, the cheap brands, and you eat with pork, I don't know what garbage is in that, but if you're eating a kosher hot dog and it's all beef, it says ground beef and spices. Not the best cuts. I mean, figure from a butcher shop, it's probably the pieces that fell off when you were cutting a steak and trimming it. Take those trimmings and you grind them up, and they make sausages out of them.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it's definitely high
But
fat.
what kind of sausage do you usually eat? Is it beef sausage or pork sausage? It's not shit
Neither
on.
one. Pig.
Oh, I didn't realize that pig
No,
sausage
too
or pork
obscure. I'm
sausage.
too obscure. I went into the 30s. I went to comedy from the 30s.
Okay.
In the movie, either Babes in Toyland or March of the Wooden Soldiers, it's gone under both titles. It's a Laurel and Hardy film. Jack Sprat is framed for kidnapping and killing one of the three little pigs and grinding them into sausage. And then Laurel and Hardy, so they're eating the evidence while they're at the trial. And Laurel, he goes, "This is not pig sausage. It's pork." And Ollie smacks him and takes it away, takes a bite, smells it, and goes, "Wait," takes a bite, and goes, "It's not pig or pork, it's beef." And we realize the little pig is still alive, and they go running to Barnaby's house, and they find him locked up in the basement and bring him, save him. But I was like, it's not pig, it's pork.
Nice. So anyway, yeah, so like that, obviously hot dogs are really bad, nutritionally.
Where they're really bad for me is, except for when I have nice baked beans with some high fiber next to them, there's no vegetable that I make with it. I mean, there's a little sauerkraut, which is cabbage, and a little bit of onion. But so there's a little bit of cabbage and onion, but they're not like a green leafy, really healthy.
Well, if you are making them during the summer, you may make a pasta salad with them, which is
that would make it worse.
Which is a lot more carbs and a little bits of pepper.
It's like I usually don't like to do a vegetable except for having the toppings, and I get baked beans when I remember to make them. Usually the hot dogs are ready and I go, "Oh yeah, I didn't open the beans yet." But today I had beans.
Nice.
Which is probably really high in sugar, the crappy quality beans, and the sauce is probably full of sugar.
Was it Bush's?
Thing. No, it was like Aldi's. Whatever.
I love Bush's because of the ads. Roll that beautiful bean footage.
Yeah.
We've had Bush's is right over the line in Tennessee too. The Bush's fat.
Yeah, if I'm gonna eat baked beans, I want them from Massachusetts. I want the real first time.
I know that like they say that like Boston baked beans, but I think that that's from like a century ago because I've like everybody in Massachusetts goes, "Why is like Boston?
Why is that ours?"
Like I don't even know of a brand that makes Boston baked beans.
A comedy reviewer once came to one of my shows when I was in improv, and he said he wrote, "Cravat hits the stage as northern as a navy bean," and I still don't know what that meant.
Yeah, that's weird.
I am northern, but I don't know how I'm a navy bean. I mean, I'm wearing navy color tonight, but still. I wasn't then. I was wearing black and white in those days when I was hosting.
So Boston baked beans is more of a recipe than it is a brand.
It's a good candy, except I'm not allowed to have it anymore because my wife's allergic to peanuts, so no peanut candy in the house. The Boston baked beans like candy-coated peanuts.
Oh, yeah. Those I remember. Yeah. Also, like, I'm sure you know what I'm about to say, or you'll know what I'm about to talk about, but, like, the circus peanuts, why is that a candy? Like,
banana flavored.
Is it banana flavored? I don't even remember. I remember being like, those look too gross
to be. And I've heard things saying it tastes like what bananas used to taste like. Like banana have changed flavor from being, customized for so many years. I don't know if that's true or not. Like that may be a wives' tale that it's what bananas used to taste like, but it's meant to be banana flavor. I love circus peanuts. They're so sickly sweet. I can't have more than 2 or 3 of them max, but I love them for those first 2 or 3.
I think I had one when I was a little kid, and it was like, this is gross. They look squishy and spongy, and I don't like that.
If they're fresh, like they're like nice and like they're marshmallow candy basically, but usually you get them stale and dried out, and because they've been sitting in the grocery store for 6 months and no one's bought them, so they're not like you can squish them, but they're not marshmallow because they're stale.
Yeah,
my grandfather, my maternal grandfather, used to sell toys and snacks and stuff like at carnivals and stuff like that. So I'd get those red dyed pistachios from him all the time, and occasionally circus peanuts. Like that's a snack he'd have in the house or drop by the house when he visited. So I got hooked on them early because they were grandfatherly, warm fuzzy feelings.
In over 2 years of being on this podcast, you have mentioned your grandfather many, many times, but it has never been I was saying, but it has never once been that grandfather.
He died when I was like 6.
Oh, okay.
I don't have a lot of stories because I was very young when he died.
Gotcha. Yeah.
But he was Jacob. So my oldest son was named after him. That's where Jacob comes from.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah. It's one of those things like my mother tells me how close I was with him, but I only have like 3 or 4 memories, and they're more vague emotional memories than they are vivid we did stuff together memories.
Yeah. Yeah. So nutrition. Let me ask you this question.
Yeah.
Because you already
I'm older than you, so back when I was a kid, it was Oldtrition. But
Yeah.
we'll use the newfangled language.
I will show some contrition and apologize for asking these questions.
Okay.
So you already said this what it was for Madhavi, but like what's the thing that you need to do for your own health that is hardest nutritionally?
I don't know. I don't bother. I don't. If I die tomorrow, it's a blessing. So
okay.
I'm not worried about it.
For me, it would be carbs.
I mean, for me, I probably need to lose 50 pounds. But how I do that would be how you do it. Because, I mean, here's the bottom line is less calories in than burned is the only way to lose weight. If I'm saying losing weight is my issue.
Yeah.
What diet helps you cut calories effectively, quickly is the personal thing that what works for you.
Yeah.
The one that worked for me best ever was actually when my wife and I both did South Beach at the same time, and had South Beach does a first period of completely cutting carbs, like completely to get your body like starved from carbs and overgeared. And then you add in complex carbs back in, and that's your kind of losing weight phase. Yeah. And you do that for as long as you want to keep losing weight. And then you add some more carbs back in when you want to maintain. But it goes for like carb starvation at first, just to kick you in for like just 2 weeks or 3 weeks. Like you're not like, they're like, don't expect to be seeing weight loss other than like water weight. Then like, that's not what it's meant to do. Don't like do that for 6 months because you think it's better. It's just to start you off. Then you go into the reduced carbs and complex carbs. And I remember Madhavi was upset it wasn't working. And then she had some stomach issues that were unrelated to her digestive tract. But when she went to hospital, they took blood and they said, "Are you dieting?" And she said, "Yeah." And he goes, "Oh, because I can tell that you're in ketosis. You're burning fat. We can tell in your urine and your blood you're burning fat, or urine or blood. I don't remember which one it was, but they could tell she was burning fat." I'm like, "Oh, okay. We hadn't seen it on the scale yet, but obviously it's working." That was a great boost to stay on the diet because when they knew in the hospital that she was burning fat.
Yeah, peeing blood will help too in that sense.
Yeah, the peeing blood's a slow way.
Yeah. No, I'm
saying shit the blood out. You lose a lot of weight because you do a pint at a time.
I personally was glad. I mean, obviously I need to lose weight, but that wasn't what the doctor wanted to focus on. Like the things that we're focusing on probably will have me lose weight because in addition to changing my nutrition, I needed to increase my exercise, which realistically it's tough to tell, but I was exercising very thoroughly up until I had my mental health stuff, and then I was not really exercising for 3 solid months, and I was eating whatever the hell I wanted, and I was over medicating with stuff that made me want to eat more. So like a lot of that stuff came into play. I've addressed a lot of that stuff too, but nutritionally, like I was glad when, like it wasn't like she didn't want to focus on losing weight. She was just like, increase vegetables. I like vegetables. That's not a problem for me. Increasing fruit was helpful. As far as like reducing pasta, that's the big tough one for me.
You should be more Italian about like Italy Italian, not American Italian about your pasta. Have a small serving of pasta as a course rather than pasta as a dinner.
Well, and we're doing more of that. So like, and we're adding lots of protein, other things, and adding having salad with it every time. And
salad in your food?
Yeah, well, like as a side dish, not like pasta.
I wouldn't eat salad at the same time having food. That's just.
I like salad. I like
fancy restaurant salad. I don't like home salad. Like salads at home, I just never get into. But like when I'm in a nice restaurant and salads, of course, I tend to like the salads they have.
Yeah.
Salads my wife makes that she loves. I'm like, they don't do nothing for me.
I get creative with them.
I eat salad.
Yeah, I get creative with it. So what I've been doing a lot lately is I've been getting like 5 or 6 things that you can like shuffle kind of. So like we got a
Those
bet.
cards.
Huh?
Those are cards.
Yeah. Oh, they are high in fiber. I got, I like romaine better than like a head of lettuce. And I don't love
The iceberg lettuce doesn't enter my house unless it's
Yeah.
on a hamburger because we bought it from fast food.
That's how I feel.
A lot of it is mixed greens, spring greens, those
Yeah.
things more. And I do recipes that include spinach, baby spinach a lot in recipes. But
I like spinach. I don't want to make a salad with it. Like and I've had salads
I like
at restaurants.
wilted spinach.
So
Give me a steak. I've ordered things on a menu in a restaurant because it says served on wilted spinach. Like that's maybe order the dish.
So for me, I'll take romaine. I'll take like a single stalk of romaine, cut the base off, and just chop it up.
Single stalk, huh?
Or whatever you call it, a single
hearts of romaine, baby.
Heart. Well, a single heart, yeah. And then walnuts and cut up a carrot. And my eye doctor wants me having more orange pepper. And everyone says, well, carrots too, and it's not the same. It's not the same thing. But I have. You're gonna make fun of me so hard, but like a year and a half, 2 years ago, I found out that I have. It's not macular degeneration, but I have like the early warning signs that if I don't treat my eyes right, I will have age-related macular degeneration if I don't.
If you eat too much fast food, you get big macular degeneration.
When the eye doctor told me that I'm at risk, but I don't have it yet. When she told me that and she gave me the brochure, it is the brochure to like figure out how to like about all the nutrition, and there's some supplement that she wanted to sell me that I didn't buy, and that was what
yeah, word, because like carrots don't really treat your eyes. Like that's a bullshit they made up.
No, that's why she said the pepper, not the pepper has it. But she also wants me to buy the supplement. But the pamphlet that she gave me was like 3 pages, and if you were in the pamphlet, you'd be the youngest person by at least 15 years, probably 25 years.
The average age of the pamphlet is dead.
Yes, it was old fucking people, and I went into work that day, and I was like, "Look at what my doctor wants me to do." I'm like, at that point, I was 38 or 39. I'm like, "What the fuck?"
I'm an old man. So I have a seltzer question for you. Where do you get your seltzer? Do you have a seltzer making device?
No, I mean we do. We have one of the soda streams. I just been getting polar.
With the price of soda and seltzer these days, SodaStream is very economical.
Yeah.
Just keep a bottle of water in the refrigerator all the time so it's cold, so that it takes the bubbles better, and bam, 10 seconds you got seltzer.
I'll consider that. I think we still have we have air in the can.
Yeah. They got it. You get canisters at Wegmans.
Yeah.
So you just walk in and trade your canister in, give you $15 back, and go back buy a new canister. You're good to go.
Yeah.
I mean, I make tons of sodas and stuff, but seltzers also, and they have the boobly flavor, kind of like the Mio, and you can just add it to the seltzer, and it's no sweetener; it's just flavor. So you can have variety of seltzers with whatever suits you in the moment. You don't have to plan ahead and buy it.
Yeah. I've also been drinking a shit ton of water, and I'm starting to get to the point where, like, when you first start drinking a lot of water, you have to pee all the time, but then your body eventually regulates to it. Yeah. And I'm starting to get there. Like, I'm peeing a good amount, but like, there's a little barrier. Huh?
That's why I go to sleep at night with the catheter. I want to get up there 3 times a night to go to the bathroom because I'm drinking too much water. Seltzer, drinking too much seltzer. I got the bubblies in me.
Yeah, the booblies, the Michael Bublés.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, so that's my nutrition.
I'm a big fan of the fruits, and I'm the only one in the house who really is a big fan. Like Leah likes like the cut melon trays that you get like the grocery store. Maybe that's grapes in it too, but mostly like melon salads kind of thing. She likes that, but I am always grabbing either clementines or a variety of apple, just to keep in the kitchen because I'll munch on those all day. I will clementine until my farts are orange flavored.
My problem with apples is that I am extremely specific in the kind of apples I like. there's like 2 or 3 kinds. So I like the Honey Crisps. The big Honey Crisps are real nice. I hate Red Delicious.
That's not bad.
Yeah, it's just mush. Like, the other thing is I
Pink
want to
Lady,
snap.
that's an apple.
Pink Ladies are really good. I like Pink Ladies a lot.
And for snacking, it's cool if you go to Trader Joe's because they have really small ones. So it's really easy just to grab one for a quick snack. It's not like investing in half a meal.
Yeah. Granny Smith are disgusting. And I think they're okay. I think you can cook with them better, but like...
And yeah, they make a good pie or crumble.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you know what's fun? Some weekend, take the wife and the kiddo, and especially in the fall, like it's not the right time for it now, but when apples are really coming into season in the mountains, go to the farmer's market down in Raleigh.
Yeah.
And there's a couple different apple vendors, and they will have like 5 or 6 varieties of apples sliced for you to taste, and you can like taste the apples before you buy their apples. That's where we discovered Pink Ladies, like Jacob and I. We used to go do that, and we're like, these are so tart. They're so good. Like,
I discovered them in middle school when my mom put on this movie called Grease. That's where I discovered the Pink Ladies. That's a movie from 1978 starring John Travolta. It takes place in the 50s. It's a musical. I get to tell you about something for once.
Look at me, I'm Sandra Dee.
Yeah.
Sorry.
She was so hot in that movie.
I had Grease memorized as a teen because back in the days when you really didn't own VHSs, they were $80 and you just rented them. I had a copy of Grease. It was like I had Grease, Arthur, and Star Wars one summer. I watched those 3 movies over and over and over again.
Arthur's great too, and obviously I love Star Wars, but Arthur's great too. So I was at a work thing where we were doing like a team building thing at Frankie's Fun Park or whatever it's called in Durham.
Alexander Drive, TW Alexander. Yeah.
Yeah. So we were there, and someone at work goes, "Oh, Olivia Newton-John just died," and I was like, "Oh, she was so hot in Grease," and everyone was like, "That's not the response."
That's not appropriate for someone dies.
But she was.
She was.
But
I was a fan of hers before Grease because I was in the country music, and she started out as a country star, like made her mark, and then moved into pop music after she hit it big in country.
I didn't know that. I knew about Xanadu, and I knew about
Xanadu.
I haven't seen Xanadu, but I know about Xanadu.
I've seen it,
and I
haven't seen anything. So you need to
Let's Get Physical.
Physical gets in your body talk, body talk. So you should go to YouTube after the record and look up "Please, Mr. Please" by Olivia John. It's one of the best.
Pornhub?
No. YouTube is fine. YouTube is It's one of the sweetest country songs ever written. Yeah, she has a concert on HBO back in like the physical days, and she does a block of our country songs and does a couple of sad ones and stuff. They're really nice. But "Please, Mr. Please" is a really good country song.
Nice.
Of hers. It was like her big hit. That was like her breakthrough song.
Nice. All right. So what was I saying about fruits? Oh,
I said fruit. I like apples. You're very specific about if you go to the farmer's market too, you can get sometimes you can get it at Trader Joe's too, and I think even Wegmans. But you can get Honey Crisp apple cider when it's in season, like instead of just blended cider. Just it's expensive, but just pure Honey Crisp. And at the farmer's market, they press it themselves, so it's very nice.
So this is not a good nutrition thing, and I don't know if they do it down here, but in Massachusetts, apple picking is this big fucking deal, and
it's peach picking time in Georgia.
But with apple picking, a lot of times you get
an apple picking minute.
You get places that will make fresh apple donuts, and if you buy them like fresh, like right out of the thing, they are
apple cider donuts are the thing. Yeah,
they are one of the greatest.
There was an orchard in Jersey that we had friends who lived near, and if we were going to visit them, we were going to delicious orchards on the way, and they had the apple cider donuts, like fresh pressed apple cider, and it's like an entire bakery. And they still exist. If you go online, you can order their pies remote. The best apple pie. It was so dense. It was just like apples with a little bit of sticky on it and dough. It was so good.
Yeah.
And my mother, I'd say, because my mother will yell at me if I don't say it, she said they had the best strawberry rhubarb pie. That was her favorite thing. I'd get the apple pie. She wanted strawberry rhubarb.
Nice. So one of my frustrations with produce,
it goes bad in a day.
So I like bananas. Like I will usually have for like my breakfast routine is yogurt a banana, and then like one other like fruit, whether it's an apple or some cantaloupe.
So
or
you're
whatever.
shitting it a half hour after you eat.
Nah,
It's a lot
it
of
doesn't.
fiber, a lot
Yeah.
of fruit fiber.
But anyway, yeah. But bananas are really, really tough. So like, because you gotta like
These
half the
bananas are a
time
little underdone. Oh, they look. Oh, they're rotten now.
they're green and now they're brown and
I
rotten.
didn't peel it fast enough. It's
Yeah.
rotten.
So I always go to the individual banana rack because I can't buy like one of these bundles of 8 bananas.
Yeah, bundles of 4 are my ideal. I think a
Yeah.
bundle of 4 is it's a good way to buy it.
Yeah. Well,
And
there's
again,
a good chance that I could
I'm the
be
only
like
one
if
who really eats bananas, except Joseph loves banana bread. So if I buy a bunch of bananas with the intent of making banana bread, and then a myth to think you have to wait until they're overripe. As long as they're ripe, you can make good banana bread.
Yeah.
Like, it's a good thing to do with them if they're overripe and you don't want to eat them because they're a little mushy. It's good to do, but you don't have to wait for that. You can just say, bought some bananas, I'm going to make some banana bread. During the pandemic, that was like my baking. I didn't bake bread, but I made banana bread and banana muffins a lot.
Yeah. I love banana bread. I love banana bread with chocolate chips in it.
So
Speaking of nutrition. Yeah. I'm big. I mean, you said that Madhavi's allergic to nuts.
Peanuts specifically. She's irrationally afraid of all nuts, but she's only allergic to peanuts.
Well, I am like I could do nuts in almost every. Like I like nuts in my salad, like I mentioned earlier. Walnuts. I love nuts in my mouth. I like pistachios. I like I am like really good on nuts. Like,
peanuts are my least favorite nut. I mean, I don't hate them, but they're my least favorite. Every other nut, well, they're not really nuts. They're legumes. Oh, crunchy little legumes. But I'm the same. Like tree nuts, I love them all. Yeah. Almonds, macadamia nuts, walnuts, maybe a little less. But if they're in a brownie, I'll do them. Pistachios, Ben and Jerry's pistachio ice cream. It's the shit right there.
I love pistachio.
I think Turkey Hill has butter almond with pistachio ice cream. So I got almonds and pistachios. That's heaven.
Sarah says that I like old man flavors of ice cream, and because I like pistachio, I like what's the other one that I like? That I have not been eating ice cream a lot in the last few years because I'm super lactose intolerant.
the Pepto-Bismol pink, that the one you like?
No, it's
butter almond, butter pecan.
Butter pecan.
I mean the old flavor.
Yeah.
My mother likes butter almond, and like the only place I know to get butter almond is Food Line. Like I have to go to Food Line specifically to get her butter almond ice cream.
Yeah, I could go for ice cream tonight.
Yeah. So here's what our my taking is realizing I should not be eating ice cream, but I love ice cream and I love malted. I love malted. So my replacement has been smoothies. So I have an immersion blender.
Yeah.
Right. So it's easy to make a quick smoothie like that until it juices. So I buy frozen mixed berries all the time. So always in the freezer.
Yeah.
Frozen mixed berries, almond milk. Because I have the soda stream, I buy a lot of your people's syrup, the Italian soda syrups and coffee syrups, Toscanis or whatever. So I have like
you
a
said
raspberry.
Your people. I didn't know which way you were going with that.
So I'll pour a little raspberry, sugar free, so artificial sweetener, in there for a little sweet, or a little bit of honey in there, and some ice cubes. But usually you don't really need them because the frozen berries does it. And if I have a fresh banana, I'll throw a fresh banana in there, and boom, Leah and I share a nice berry smoothie, and it fulfills the craving of ice cream for me really well, and it's got nothing bad in it.
Yeah, I think,
and it's like all the berries, so you have the fiber. You're not just doing the juice because, like I said, juice is just all the sugar, none of the fiber. But when you do it as taking frozen berries and just pulverize them with the immersion blender, you're getting all the fiber.
Yeah. Berries probably wouldn't be good with this, but like banana, obviously, with peanut butter in like that's more of a milkshake kind of thing. But
we have a nickname for peanut butter in this house.
Toxic.
Poison.
That's
how Madhavi discovered. Well, it's part of the way she did. It's the way she confirmed she was allergic because she loved peanuts her whole life, all the time. And then one day we used to buy it at Costco in the giant tub of peanuts, and she was eating it, and her throat started getting tickly and swollen. And she was like, "Oh, there's some kind of mold in my peanuts," and it was like 3/4 full. And she poured it into the compost and threw it away and said, "Not having it." Bought fresh peanuts, and the same thing happened. And she was like, "I wonder if I'm developing an allergy." So she stopped eating peanuts. And one day she was making a peanut butter and jelly sandwich for the kids, and without thinking about it, she licked the knife, and her throat just started to swell up instantly. And that's when she goes, I need to carry an EpiPen.
Yeah.
And so she does.
Yeah. I'm thankful that I don't have, like, I like, actually, peanut butter I'm not like that addicted to, but like I love peanuts in stuff.
Have you had boiled peanuts? Not since you lived in the South?
No.
Malaby loves her favorite snack, boiled peanuts. Especially if you go down towards Myrtle Beach, like go to South Carolina or definitely into Georgia. You can buy like every roadside, stand has boiled peanuts. They're very good.
Nice.
Yeah.
I
boil them in salt water, so salt just soaks into them.
I want to try, although I have not had soda in like 6 or 8 weeks. I want to try, what is it, Coke that you put peanuts in, or Pepsi?
The meme is Coke.
Yeah. I want to just see what the deal is with it, but I've heard it's good.
Yeah. And so one of my fun stories, I may have told it on the pod before, is, I don't have peanuts because of my wife, but when I go on business trips, I can eat peanuts on the flight out, but not the flight back, because otherwise I can't kiss her.
Yeah.
So I was flying to a business trip once, and the guy sitting next to me on the flight was a new employee of my company. We were going to the same meeting. And so we got a little friendly, and when the peanuts were given, I told him that I can't eat peanuts on the way back. And he's like, dibs on your peanuts on the way back. It was like honey roasted nuts on that flight. And I was like, hey, you get my nuts on the way back. And on the way back, he was 2 rows behind me, like directly behind me, 2 rows, and they were handed the nuts out. I'm like, hey, Matt. And his voice, what? I'm like, incoming. And I just tossed it over my head, and he caught it. And I'm going to just look straight ahead. I don't want to look at the people next to me. I don't want to try. I'm just hoping everybody is freaked out. Like, I just randomly threw it when he caught it. Like, I don't know what it looks like. I don't have an external camera, but I wish I knew how people were accepting that.
One of my aunts, one of the ones that you met, one of the older ones, that's my grandfather's older sister, she gets big bags of pistachios, and she gives them to everybody at Christmas, like big. And one year, I was probably like 25, 26. I was living with my parents, and we hadn't cracked open the bag of pistachios. So I put the bag of pistachios on my face, and I walked into the room where my parents were, and I was like, I got a nut sack on my face. And they were like, Jesus Christ.
The old story about the guy who was in the nursing home, and every time his favorite nurse would come in, or intern, he'd give her a handful of peanuts. He goes, I got some peanuts for you. Give her nuts. And she'd sit there and she'd eat the peanuts and talk to him. And one day she was in there when the family came in to visit, and the family gave him a box of chocolate covered peanuts. And, he takes them and puts them aside, and then, they leave. She comes in to check on him, and he goes, I'll have some more nuts for you as soon as I suck the chocolate off.
That's disgusting. That's so fucking gross.
Save that for the patrons.
Yeah. All right. Should we start wrapping it up?
Sure, you can wrap. You're the M&M fan.
Wrap my nuts. All right. So why don't you start with the visuals, because you like to...
Hey, this is a visual. If you are looking into my eyes right now, whether it's live or pre-recorded, here's what I want you to do. I want you to like this video. I want you to make comments below. What's your favorite way to get nuts into your mouth? Let us know below. Or your favorite fruit. How do you get your favorite fruit in your mouth? Same answer. Put that down below. Or go ahead and subscribe to the page if you haven't before. Go ahead and ring the notification bell so you'll be notified when we have these sparkling conversations filled with scientific intrigue. But if you're not watching the video, I ain't got nothing to say to you.
Before I start pitching the other stuff, I just want one other idea for comments, which would be, tell us what is the food that you know is not is your nutritional thorn in your side.
What do you have to do, even though it's killing you?
Yeah. So to give us that in the comments. So if you're not watching us on YouTube,
shame on you.
Shame on you. No. And you're listening to us on one of your other podcast platforms.
We're in your ear holes.
Then I want you to give us a like or a thumbs up or whatever it is your podcast platform does. You know better than we do, because you're the one using your podcast platform. Give us that 5-star, whatever it is. If you want to help us out in a different way, in a monetary way, if you want us to be able to buy nuts of our own, you can go to patreon.com/talkingaboutthebigstuff, and you can, there's 3 monetary options to help us out. There's the $1, which gets you these episodes 4 days early.
Not bad. It's not a bad deal. I get.
Yeah, there's a
Listen on
$3
Monday instead of over the weekend. It's a pretty good deal.
$3 version where you get some extra goodies mentioned in there, and then there's the $10 version when Matthew almost always does something.
The $3 version, you'll find out why you should never accept peanuts from someone at your retirement home.
Yeah. So, but Matthew makes it real interesting for you if you're a patron. Anyway, so check the $3 or $10 tiers
No one
out.
in HR can afford the $10 version, so I'm safe talking about the things I talk about when I talk about them there.
Yeah, and I am not employed right now, so I don't have an HR.
But if being employed, so it's safe to say all this stuff.
But if you want to help me because I'm not employed to be able to feed my kid and survive,
how expensive groceries are. Listen to the episode; it tells you.
Yeah, or
that was like a setup in the beginning. So we bookended that.
Or to see these states that I haven't seen. Whatever you want to do, whatever you want to give us money for, we're willing to accept it. At patreon.com/talking about the big stuff. That is patreon.com/talking about the big stuff. I was listening to another podcast this morning. I'm like, oh yeah, we don't repeat it enough times. Like, you got to say patreon.com/talking about the big stuff a few times for people to remember patreon.com/talking about the big stuff. I think that's enough. Matthew, you got anything else to say?
No, I just want to thank everybody who hung in here until the end. We appreciate you staying around to patreon.com talk about the big stuff with us. And sometimes it's hard to swallow, but it's good that you were here.
Yeah. Nobody likes a spitter.
I like a spitter. I love a swallower.
Remember, the conversation doesn't end here. It's just the beginning. If you have thoughts or questions or topics you'd like us to tackle in a future episode, drop us a line on our social media channels. Engage with this video when you are now watching it as a VOD on YouTube. Send us an email. We love hearing from our listeners, bringing us topics, because if you leave it up to the three of us, we're going to eventually be talking about underwater basket weaving. So we would appreciate you guys reaching out a little bit. Don't forget to subscribe to Talking About the Big Stuff on your favorite platform. Give us a 5-star rating. Engage with it. Criticize us. We need to grow and be better, and you're going to help us be there. You're going to help us get to that point. It really helps us more to reach out and also to keep the conversation going. Thank you for tuning in. We'll be back next week with more big ideas and more thought-provoking discussions. Until then, stay curious, stay informed, and keep talking about the big stuff.
The preceding podcast has been a Chocolate Diamond Media LLC production. Copyright 2023, all rights reserved.